So I noticed in the last video that all of my villagers had despawned, so I spent a couple hours in this area here trying to breed up some replacements. And these ones here seem to be ready, so I'm gonna try to get this guy into the new chamber over here. And he found the lectern. I know this is not the easiest way to do this, but it seems to work. Okay, get in there. Good. Okay, well, that was easier than expected. Okay, now let's see what book you have. Please be good. Fortune 1. Well, this is maybe the 10th time that I've replaced that villager, and I don't seem to have any luck getting the books that I need. So what I think I'm going to do is just spend some time off camera just trading with him and ranking up the villager and just see what extra books come out of that. Aside from building a big trading hall, I think that's really the only way. Well, I have a little bit of bad news. The whole point of that last section was so that I could enchant all the gear that I needed and go to the end to beat the Ender Dragon, but unfortunately that footage got corrupted. I didn't even stop to check, and after I beat the dragon I got a little carried away and went to the end, found my first end city, and got the Elytra, which I was extremely happy about. And then hours later, after dying many times and having to go put a pumpkin on my head so that the Enderman didn't see me while I was beating the Ender Dragon, that footage is completely lost. I don't think it's really that bad because I don't really think I added anything to it, and I'm sure you've all seen how the Ender Dragon is beaten, but it did lead me to this next project. Now that I have the Elytra, I really have a big need for a creeper farm so that I can get enough gunpowder to make rockets. And I've started this structure here. I've made, I think, 9 layers, and I'm just putting the last layer up now. And honestly, getting these cats up is really frustrating. You have to go up a little bit at a time and just wait and hope that the cat is just floating there on the way up. With these scaffolding, it's really hard to tell. So I've just put the scaffolding a little higher than the platform needs to be so that the cat can maybe catch up. And of course there he is. And we'll try to get him down from there without taking any damage. You know, I stood around for a really long time waiting for cats to appear because I noticed a lot of them showed up near my base, and I couldn't really figure out why that was. And I didn't try breeding them. I just literally stood there for hours just waiting for them to appear. That's why you see all the fish that I have there, because I was trying to tame them. And it seems like I like to do things the hard way because I didn't bring an axe with me. So I just need to get this cat here into a minecart, which I didn't bring, so I'll have to just quickly float down here and grab one. And there it is, and I might as well grab my axe at the same time. I know I have a lot of trapdoors to place in. The design that I'm building here is the one from LogicalGeekBoy. This is the one that uses the cats to scare the creepers to the edge of the platform where there's a big enough gap where we have trapdoors on either side, so the creepers think they can make it to the other end and they fall down. Kind of like that. It seems I'm not quite used to flying with Elytra yet. But what I want to do is change the design slightly, and instead of having the creepers take fall damage and land on magma blocks, I want to collect them into water streams and send them down the center channel and drop them from there. But first I need to get this cat into the minecart, and hopefully he stays in position. Sometimes they move, but that one was actually kind of easy. It doesn't always work out that way. And I think this is going to be the last layer that I do. I think it's only 9 layers. I could definitely go more, and I could do that in the future if I don't get enough drops from this farm. I definitely have a lot of mob proofing that I need to do down below. I know there's caves that I haven't actually lit up yet. So I kind of just want to build this just to see what the drop rate is, and just to see if I need to make any modifications. But this is looking good so far. So I'm just finishing up the first layer here, and now I need to add in the carpets. These carpets are placed in a specific pattern so that you don't get any spiders spawning. And then when we place the next floor, we will put trapdoors on the top, or actually on the bottom of that floor, and this will be a perfect height for creepers to spawn, but nothing else. And I'm gonna double check LogicalGeekBoy's video just to make sure I put this in the correct pattern. It looks correct, but you never know. Maybe I'm off a little bit. And now I need to bring this platform down. So I've moved down a couple blocks here to where the platform will be, where the creepers drop down, and this is where the magma blocks would be to kill the creepers that didn't die from fall damage, and then there would be a minecart underneath to collect any of the drops. Instead, I want them to drop into a water stream, and I'm just trying to figure out how much space I'll actually need. I know for right where that concrete is and this row here, I think those will have to be trapdoors, and I want to move down a little bit more because I might need the water stream might have to be too deep depending on the distance between the corners, because I want to funnel the creepers in to their own drop chute. There'll be 4, one on each side of this square here, and they'll all be funneled into a center channel and then drop down where they'll hit slabs and then into hoppers and into the collection system. I mean, that's the plan. I'm going to speed this up a little bit and get this section built. Looks like I really underestimated the number of trapdoors I would need for this project. Because I'm already out and I only completed the first layer, so I think I'm gonna have to do this the manual way and place a bunch of these saplings down. I think I have enough bone meal. Um, Not really sure. And I really hope this is enough. This maybe is a good sign that the next project should maybe be, I don't know, a tree farm. Some sort of automatic tree farm. Because I definitely do not want to keep doing this. That's for sure. Yeah, this is going to take a while. All the trees have been bone mealed, and while I was doing that, I was just thinking, every build that I've done, it seems like there's always one resource that I just completely forget about. I spent a lot of time getting the concrete, getting all of the sand that was needed, smelting it into glass and dyeing it, and thinking that I was completely prepared. But then I run out of wood and end up spending a couple hours doing something like this. But it's not that bad. I actually kind of find this stuff a little relaxing. Just take a break from the build and just do this. Usually I'll put on a podcast, or I'll watch a YouTube video or something just in the background while I just mine out blocks. Switching gears a little, I am back in the farm working on the water collection system here, and this is where I want to have the creepers eventually collect, and I'm going to do the same on all sides. Basically, the water stream in a 2 block wide area is going to funnel them in and drop them down that hole where they will collect in the center. This layer now is pretty much done. I'm just adding in some of the ice blocks where I want the water streams to start. And I want the water to flow from this point here in the corner to either side so that the water collects where these signs are. And, oh, maybe this farm is already working. That could get dangerous. I don't want a creeper to blow any of this up. It's taking uh, a long time to actually get this set up. I'm gonna have to be really careful, I think. Um, okay, what next? I think I'm gonna have to start bringing each of those shoots down a little bit so that they can collect in the center. Okay, but before I do that, I want to jump down here and just check out the progress so far. I haven't taken a step back to look at this yet. I've been so focused on building up each of the layers. And let's take a look. Wow, that looks really cool. Uh, it's almost a shame that I'm going to have to cover that up. To make this farm as efficient as possible, I'm going to have to make sure each layer is dark. And I'm starting to think I should have used cheaper blocks. Skipping ahead, I have completed the 4 channels that will take the creepers and bring them down to the center, and I've added the hoppers there at the bottom right here. And the next thing I need to do is just add in just the glass tube that will connect those two things. And there you have it, the farm is now complete. I've covered up everything, so each layer is now dark enough for the creepers to spawn, and as you can see, they are now falling down the center column. Now I've done some testing and the rates are actually pretty good. I'm getting a decent amount of gunpowder, and this is without doing any kind of mob proofing on the ground below and in the caves underneath. So I think once I start doing that and find a good AFK spot, I think the rates will only improve from here. But with that being said, I think I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like and comment on the video if you have any suggestions for any future builds or anything that I can improve. Really like to hear your feedback. So with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.